here. Good morning. My name is Melinda Kinney, and on behalf of Charter Communications, also known as Spectrum, and our 780 employees working in the state of Maine, I want to welcome you all to this exciting event. We are thrilled to be here to announce Spectrum's statewide expansion of gigabit broadband services for residential and business customers, as well as the launch of our new mobile service. I am honored to be here. We have many distinguished guests, which I'd like to take a minute just to recognize. We have Representative Rikerson, Representative Wadsworth, Barry Hobbins, Maine's Public Advocate, Mayor Ethan Strimling, and we have some Portland City Councilors, Tim Cook, Jill Duson, Justin Costa, who's one of our speakers, and we'll hear from him soon, and Spencer Tillico. So thank you all for being here. We also have amazing speakers, including Governor-elect Janet Mills, Councilor Costa, Dana Connors with the Maine State Chamber, and Beth Schisler with Seabags, and thank you for hosting us today and allowing us to be here. So as we kick things off, I would like to introduce Adam Falk, who is our Senior Vice President of State Government Affairs for Charter Communications.
Well, thanks, Melinda. She always tells me how cold it is in the winter in Maine. I think it's pretty nice here. So it's great to be here with you today. I want to thank Beth for having us. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays and a great new year. As Melinda said, my name is Adam Falk, and I manage our state government affairs across the 41 states that Charter serves, none better though than Maine. And I'm very, very happy and pleased to be here today. I'd like to join Melinda in thanking Governor-elect Mills for being with us. It was a great victory that she had in November for her and for the state of Maine. And on behalf of Charter, we want to just say congratulations. Thank you. Thanks also to Dana. As many of folks know here, Dana has given Melinda the chance to serve on the State Chamber's board and to chair the State Chamber. We're very proud of the work that you do here in the state, and I want to thank you for being here as well. It's such a pleasure to join you at Custom House Wharf and to be here at Seabags, one of our unique and valued business customers in Maine. We really do appreciate the firsthand look at how your business operates, and I don't think I can leave without one of these very nice bags, so I'm going to have to look around before I take off and make my daughters and my wife very happy.
We absolutely agree.
And what better way to share some exciting news about Charter's investment in Maine than to be here at Seabags, the place where Melinda makes her regular investment in your beautiful bags and other unique products. Recognizing that high-speed broadband creates life-changing opportunities and helps business and local economies grow, I'm excited to tell you that Spectrum Internet and Spectrum Business Internet Gig is here in Maine. This service, which offers a 1 gigabit connection to homes and businesses, is now available throughout our service area in the state. From the most urban and suburban communities to the most rural parts of our service area, the big cities like here in Portland, and places that I've never heard of. We serve 300 different communities across the state, and we serve more than 650. Our services are available to more than 650,000 businesses and homes throughout the state. And the unique thing about Spectrum is that where we sell our products, we sell the same products to everyone. And so whether you're in the biggest cities or the smallest, most rural towns in the areas that we serve, Spectrum Internet Gig will be available for all of our customers. Providing customers like Seabags with the bandwidth that they need to power their work and grow their businesses makes Maine stronger and makes the economy better and more vibrant. Since 2014, Charter has invested over $30 billion in technology and infrastructure across the country. Last year alone, we expanded our reach of our network to 1 million new homes and businesses across the country, many of them right here in Maine. Believe it or not, we have over 300 million authenticated devices on our network. That includes your cell phone, that includes your computers and your laptops, your televisions, and having a fiber-rich, world-class broadband platform has enabled us to be best positioned to meet the demands of our customers. This past September, we were also very happy to be able to announce the introduction of Spectrum Mobile. This combines our robust Wi-Fi platform with America's fastest, largest, and most reliable 4G LTE network to offer both a robust wireless voice and data product to compete with some of the nation's biggest mobile providers like AT&T and Verizon. With some of the fastest broadband speeds, innovative Wi-Fi, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Spectrum Mobile, we're providing the tools for our customers like CBAGS and Beth's team to get their jobs done. And so we're very pleased to be able to announce the expansion of that service here in Maine today. It's my pleasure now to introduce Governor-elect Janet Mills. As you know, Governor-elect Mills was born right here in Maine and entered public service as an assistant attorney general. She later became the first woman elected district attorney in New England, which is a really amazing statistic. For the past 5 years, as you know, she served as Attorney General of Maine. Again, the first and only woman to hold that job in the state's history. And although she was elected governor, Melinda tried to explain to me how they elect the Attorney General in Maine. And I think being elected governor is a hard thing, but being elected Attorney General from your colleagues and peers in the legislature is probably even more difficult in some respects. Understanding the importance of technology and what it can do to improve the lives for all of the state's residents is important to her, and we're honored and thrilled that she took time out of her busy schedule putting together an administration to celebrate this important milestone in Charter's growth and investment in the state. So, without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce and elect Governor-elect Janet Mills. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and don't mind the noise out back. They're busy making my duffel bags for a move I'm about to make in 13 days. It's going to take a few duffel bags, and I don't mind using sailcloth. One of the good things about leaving the office of Attorney General, although I regret it because I love the job and I love the people I've been able to work with for 6 years, is they don't get to call me General Mills anymore. It always made me feel like a box of Wheaties. And you know, digital literacy goes along with all this progress too. And if you asked me 5 years ago what a gigabit was, I'd have said it's one of those General Mills products, you know. Have some gigabit cereal with your bananas and milk in the morning. Wouldn't have known, but here we are on the verge of huge progress for our state. I'm so delighted, and I want to thank Beth at CBAGS for hosting us today. This is incredible. And as a growing and vibrant Maine business, CBAGS is a perfect example of how our state's economy can flourish with the right tools, investment, and hard work, of course. I want to also thank Adam Fall for coming up here, Senior Vice President of Charter, and Dana Connors, President of Maine Chamber, and Portland City Council, Justin Costa, and Mayor Strimling, and John Jennings for being here. Your presence here and these partnerships are so important, and they prove just how much is possible when the public and private sectors work together to empower our communities. And Spencer, I forgot to mention, of course. Look, in order to compete in today's global economy, it's critical that Maine people and Maine businesses have access to high-speed internet. We've been saying this, everybody's saying it on the campaign trail this year. Now we're seeing the fruits of people's labor, and I am so excited. I can't take credit for it, but I want to give credit where credit is due for this enormous step in the right direction. While our neighboring states have modernized their infrastructure to spur innovation and growth, too many Maine families and Maine businesses, small and large, and Maine communities have been left in the dark to grapple with slow or even inaccessible internet, and it's a constant barrier to success. You know we have the most dispersed population in the country. That's one of the barriers. And we have those funky peninsulas. If you stretch them out to 3,500 miles long, another little barrier. It's an asset, but a barrier. But every time a small business owner cannot access the tools they need to expand, every time a high school student cannot complete his or her homework, every time a new business or a new industry chooses to move to another state that has high-speed internet, every time a senior who wants to remain in their home and have telehealth available but can't and has to move into assisted living, that's a failure on our part. We fall behind. That's why this expansion, along with greater speeds it provides, is such an important investment in our broadband infrastructure, in our economy, and in our future. With the availability of faster internet speeds, especially in rural areas of Maine, 650,000, we can open the state's doors to future business investment. We can expand educational opportunities, we can expand telehealth, and we can attract more people to live and work here and raise their families here, one of the highest priorities we can have. Charter Communications investment, which will make high-speed internet available to more than 650,000 homes and businesses across Maine, is a welcome step forward in the direction of improving our broadband infrastructure and strengthening our economy. I look forward to continuing to work on this critical issue as your next governor, and I thank you so much for being here and thank Charter for everything it's doing. I look forward to great progress in the future all across the state of Maine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Councilor Costa, who is the chair of the Economic Development Committee for the City of Portland.
Well, I would just like to thank, first of all of you for being here. I'd like to thank Seabags for hosting us. This is an incredibly exciting opportunity. We know here in the city of Portland that we have a lot of work to do to ensure that we can build the kind of economy that all of us want to see for the next generation to come. We know that here in the city of Portland, we have a special role to play in our state's future. We are the economic engine of this state. We run a municipal airport, a port. We are the center of commerce and so many other things. Any one of you, if you're not familiar already, can walk up and down simply Commercial Street and you'll get a sense of how much is happening in the city of Portland, how much growth there is. But despite all of that, we have known for some time that we have more work to do to build the kind of future that all of us want to see. And Charter's investment today in high-speed internet is a major step forward in that effort. There is no question about it. As Governor-elect Mills alluded to, this is an issue that is recognized by Democrats, Republicans, Independents, people from Southern Maine, from Northern Maine, people from all walks of life all across our state. We know that to build the kind of economic future that all of us want to see, to build the kind of future that gives us the vibrancy, the diversity in the economy that all of us want to be a part of, we know that we need things like this. We need the digital infrastructure that allows our city and our state to be able to compete, not just amongst ourselves for a pie that already exists, but to compete with others and to grow man's economic pie, to make sure that we can plot a course towards the future that looks ahead and that gives businesses the tools that they need to succeed, not just in the economy of today, but in the economy of next year, of 5 years, of 10 years away. This is a major step forward, and as the Economic Development Chair in the economic engine of our state, I'm incredibly excited to welcome this new investment. I'm incredibly excited to see where this takes all of our businesses in the city of Portland and throughout the entire state of Maine. So again, thank you to Charter, thank you to all of you for being here, and thank you again to CBAGS for hosting us this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Costa. Our next speaker is Dana Connors, President of the Maine State Chamber.
Almost good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today, to be with you. I have a special favor to ask. I am the president of the State Chamber of Commerce, and as such, we look out for interests on a statewide basis. But I have to tell you, as a chamber, our strength is in the team, and our team belongs to a chamber family. It would be very inappropriate for me to stand in this city without asking Quincy Henson to be by my side. So Quincy, would you please You know, there's a lot said about what we don't have for broadband in the state. Today we're going to talk about what we do have. And let me tell you how much a pleasure it is for us to be here, to have this opportunity to express the words of appreciation to Charter Communications for their investment in bringing high-speed internet service, as has been said, and good things bear repeating. Nearly 300 communities reaching 650,000 homes and families across our state. That's incredible. But also what's incredible is that message that brings with that investment, that I don't want it to be lost, it needs to be stated, it needs to be valued. And that is, to make that type of investment, they have confidence in the state of Maine. They are committed to the lives and the livelihood of Maine's people, of Maine's businesses, and to the economic growth of our state. You know, when you think of how incredible this is, and I'm lost in the terminology, but I do know enough to know that 1 gigabit means a lot. It really is a catalyst for positive change. And we know that by its very presence, that the small and mid-sized businesses of our state are going to be more competitive. They're going to be allowed to compete in those markets that the doors may have been closed to them in the previous past. And we also know that with faster service brings with it innovation and new opportunities. It was mentioned before, but it's to the business there is incredible advantage. But think of its value to the rural part of our state when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to education, when it comes to our kids and their homework. There are so many areas that it reaches that it's significant by its very presence. You know, it was said before, and I repeat it, because this is an issue that reaches every corner of the state, regardless of what your business is, regardless of where you're located or any of those features. It's that important. And probably was brought to mind for me more than ever when we did our Make Maine work. I'm not going to tell you all about Make Maine work, I hope you know about it. But we did it for the first time. It's a collaborative effort between the State Chamber, Maine Development Foundation, and this time we added Educate Maine. And we worked with our local regional chambers to get it done. And when it did, it looked 8 years ago, or 9 years ago, it looked at the incoming administration in their first term, and the legislature, and said, you know what, business issues today are everything. They're not just a few things. And what are the priorities? So we did a survey of nearly 1,200 people, businesses I should say, and professionals, and we compared that to experts. And broadband at that time wasn't in the top 10. It was number 13 to be precise. Well, fast forward, we did it again this time in preparation for our new administration. And broadband that was 13 was not only in the top 10, it was number 3 on the list. And when you think of that presence, when you think of the impact that it has, to use the word game changer is understating it. It is indeed a game changer. And you know what I compare it to? I was a commissioner of transportation for 11 years. And in the state of Maine, people love their transportation. They respect their highways and bridges and the things that move people and products. And you can, if you want to be a witness to that, look at the bond issues that pass by 75 or 80% every year. It's put to the public. And they understand that for a highway or a bridge to work for their purpose, and their purpose happens to be both people as well as economy, that it needs issues surrounding capacity. It's about access. And I can remember my mantra in those days was, it costs a lot to build and maintain a good transportation system, but it costs a lot more not to. And there we're speaking of the impact it has on the economy and on our lives. But think about what we're doing today in this celebration. We're doing the very same thing. Broadband, high-speed access is up there with transportation in terms of its impact on people's lives and on the economy. It's about access. It's about capacity. It's about an investment. It costs a lot to do, but it costs a lot more if you don't do it. To me, it's up there equal to a part of our future, just as transportation was. That's hard for a transportation commissioner to admit, but it is true. Let me finish on this. In the chamber world, and I see Curtis here, and I could say the same thing about him with the Retail Association. We work hard to improve our business climate. We work hard to attract talent to the state. We work hard to help existing businesses to grow and to prosper. And we work hard to make Maine a destination for new business as well as that entrepreneur. And collectively, we all believe and work hard to make Maine the place you want to live and work. Charter, we just made our work a little easier by virtue of this investment. I close with this thought. I borrow it from somebody else. I used to love philosophy in college, but I wasn't extremely good at it until Yogi Berra come along. And then I got to understand that maybe not a philosopher, but his points were always made you listen. So I'm going to use one of his expressions and hope you hear me. His expression on an occasion like this would be, I want to thank you for making today necessary. Well, the people of Maine, thank you for making today necessary. We appreciate very much what you're doing.
Thank you, Dana. And our final speaker, last but not least, our host, Beth Schisler, president of CBAGS.
Hi, so on behalf of myself and my partner and CEO, Don Oakston, and our 146 employees at CBAGS, we couldn't be more thrilled to host this conference with Charter. We've spent the last year building our technical infrastructure at CBAGS. You hear the sewing machines, but what you don't see is all of the technical piece that goes behind this. So from new custom machinery and cutting and sewing to dye sublimation, we now more than ever need more secure broadband service. This service will be 10 times the speed of our current service, and it's going to allow us to quickly and safely transfer large files, whether they're design related or data related or financials, to all our working locations as we scale the CBAGS business. We're so proud to be a business in Portland and a business in Portland, Maine, where our products are known, all over the United States for sure, and in parts of the world. So thanks for having us. Thanks for seeing what we do here today, and happy holidays to all.
And again, that concludes our press conference, and thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Thank you.